been at SAP Emarsys since 2011, so seen the company grow throughout that time and seen us grow globally as well. So we opened our office in Dubai in 2015. It's been really incredible to see the growth that we've had across the region over that time, and we work with some really amazing brands who are doing just incredible marketing, so it's been great to see that. I was based in Asia Pacific for around 10 years, and again another market where huge amounts of growth, huge excitement in that market as well. I think being able to adapt to local markets is a really key part of what we do as a business and what I believe in as well. From growth philosophy perspective, growth is important. I think it's really important to not have growth at all costs and to really make sure that you have good quality growth. And also as a revenue leader, I really try to look at the work that we're doing with our new clients and also looking at the work that we do with our existing clients to make sure that, similar to the work that we propose to our clients to do, we're really looking at overall customer lifetime value. And lastly, I'd say in our industry, it's easy to spend a lot of time looking at data and obsessing with data, but fundamentally, you're working with people, and my entire role is about working with people as well. So I think it's about having that balance between data and technology, and then also people, which again is similar to what we advise our clients to be doing. It's evolved. I think it's evolved drastically, and there's a big emphasis on experiences for growth leaders. I think the role of a growth leader has been very much about being a conductor across everything to do with marketing, everything to do with customer experience. What's become really critical over the last few years is a focus on consent and making sure that data is set up correctly. And whilst that might not be everyone's priority of first focus area, they want to jump into AI or personalization, but you can't do those things if your data is not set up correctly. And that's what SAP spent quite a lot of time focusing on. Channels, I feel like, plays a really key role. And what's been fascinating to see over the last probably 5 or 6 years is that you would have had businesses that had channels competing with each other. So retail store was nervous about online and online sales, and they felt like they were competing with each other. Whereas now there's a much more holistic experience, which is similar to what customers are expecting. So instead of having channels competing, you have channels working with each other. And these growth leaders are really thinking about how they can leverage each of these channels. If you take UAE, for example, in this region, WhatsApp is such a first channel for a lot of consumers, and it's so prevalent that actually, if you're a growth leader, you really need to be thinking about how you can leverage WhatsApp within your overall customer experience. Personalization's evolved, and there were the days of saying the right message to the right person at the right time, and now I feel like it's more about the right consent, right identity versus just the right message. And the days of having this automated one-to-one machine-based personalization where it was recommending books or recommending movies or songs and it was all driven by this big AI machine, I think has changed, and customers are really looking for a blend between what the machine can do and what the machine can offer, with offering human options as well. And I think it gives a marketer the opportunity to, similar to omnichannel, really leverage the different channels that they've got in place. It's really key as well, especially for Western brands that are operating in UAE, to really understand the cultural nuances as well. So whilst personalization, there is an element of it to being about the products and the content that someone's receiving, it's also about understanding the local market, understanding the holidays, understanding the trends, understanding what's relevant in the markets that you're operating in as well. And as we become more global, it's really important that businesses understand who is your customer, what's going on in their market, and what's relevant for them when you're creating this overall customer experience. Every year we release a report which looks at customer loyalty and understanding how the trends have changed. So I'd really advise people to go to our website and check that out. We see 6 different types of loyalty, 2 that have had a big change over the last few years. One we would call true loyalty, and true loyalty means that customers are loyal to brands without necessarily having incentives or big discounts or big promotions, things like that. Interestingly, that has actually dropped for the first time this year in 5 years. So it's the first time we've seen a decrease in that area. Reversely, and interestingly, trend loyalty has increased significantly. Trend loyalty is, as the name would suggest, it's trends. It's things that become very popular overnight but could fade away as well. So you're seeing this quite different market where customers are really trying to see what's hot, what's new, what's exciting, and somewhat moving away from brands that they might have been loyal to in the past. For businesses who are looking at loyalty programs and looking at driving customer loyalty, it really has to be relevant and very clear and very transparent to customers what the benefits that they're going to be getting are, so that they know why it's relevant for them. And lastly, experiences play more of a role than ever, especially for younger generations, where they're not just looking for discounts, they're really looking at unique experiences as well. So to begin with, you need to understand the culture of the region that you're operating in, and relying on what could be happening in other markets and Western ways of working isn't relevant. There's a lot of nuances to UAE and how the market works that brands really need to understand, and that needs to flow into everything that they're doing from a marketing and customer experience perspective, but even thinking about how customers behave in this region. So if you take, for example, the use of omnichannel and how customers engage with brands, there's a huge propensity of use of WhatsApp, of brand websites, of in-store experiences as well versus online experiences. So you really need to be thinking about how all those channels play a role in what a customer is doing. So I would say really understanding the culture of the market that you're operating in is really essential, especially if you're coming from another market into that market, really understanding how to adapt and how to localize relevant for that market.